embarrassed about all this, but anyway, we'll get it through this. But everybody, I guess we had this sort of idea of naming a room, and you know, there was the bridge room and whatever. But there's very many reasons that I wanted to name them after a couple of significant employees, and there's other people too, but we don't have enough rooms. Maybe when this comes available, might be the Thor room, for example.
More like the freezer.
The freezer. Good work. But no, Linda came to outsource when there was only a couple of people, and it was
you, Sandra, and a contract trainer.
A contract trainer, yeah, and yourself.
That we
Sacked. Yeah, there's been a few of those people. But anyway, one of the things that you know, inspires me about employing people, and I take it very seriously actually. I enjoy having people working for outsource. But Linda and myself, and Linda will say, Linda's told me off, and you know, what have you, and I walked out of the meetings going, bitch, whatever, and but undeniably, Linda always delivered, and above and beyond the stuff that occurs on any day-to-day activities, is that performance is really, really paramount and important to any working relationship. You know, it's okay being a nice person and friendly and all those sorts of things, but if you don't deliver, that's totally different. You know, and the vice versa occurs as well. You've got, so all in all, Linda had it all.
You never said any of this.
Yeah, look, I'm buttering you out. You're a little embarrassed. So yeah, it makes total sense to me to remember Linda and her significant input to times which were really tough. And I'll give you an example. I have Sandra, the lady that worked for me, our secretary. Sandra bought toilet paper because we didn't have any money in the bank at that particular time to buy the toilet paper. And that's how crazy it was, and that's how crazy it can be when you start your own business. It literally was day to day, even hour to hour.
It was.
And one Christmas and every Christmas, you guys see a very relaxed Carl at Christmas these days because things are kind of easier these days. But certainly Linda had to put up with me sort of saying, so how'd you go? That was every hour, every day leading up to Christmas. Did you find that guy yet? How did they sound? Were they going to do it? So, Linda, but again, Linda, I remember one Christmas there, we were about, I don't know, 50, 60 grand short for Christmas period to make wages. And bugging me dead, she went and got it. You know?
It was all up front those days too.
And yeah, you know, it's like, you know, so I think we should all give her a round of applause because without those really sacrificial moments from Linda, and there's been other people, we wouldn't be enjoying what we have today because we wouldn't have made it. It was an amazing time. I don't want it to happen again, by the way.
It was, yeah, there were some good times and there were some really, really tough times. I think I remember, I think it was my third day and you said, I'll put money away for the wages for next fortnight, but you need to bring them in for a fortnight afterwards. I probably should have gone running the other way then, but I didn't.
I was pretty easy going back then. All right, so look, would you like to say a few words?
Sure, look, thanks Carl, thank you, and it was, I worked for Carl for 6.5 years, I think it was. Good times, bad times, in between times, yes, we used to argue like you wouldn't believe. We used to, monthly meetings were just hell sometimes. But what was the amazing thing with Carl and myself, we could have had a really shitty day and been at each other's necks, then we'll go to the pub and have a drink.
Yeah.
And it was just about communication, really. our style of communication was because we probably worked together for so long and we knew each other that I could tell him to go and F off and know that he wouldn't go, out you go, you know what I mean? But
don't let that cotton on. That's a little...
You know, yeah. I think I only ever did it once anyway. But we did have some hard times, but we had some really great times. I think I can remember I'd only been with outsourced for about 4 or 5 weeks, and I'd been negotiating with Coca-Cola to do some training, and Sandra, there was me, Sandra and Carl, I'm serious, that was it, and Judy had just joined us, and so we knew that they were expecting to call, so Sandra would go, I'll just check to see whether she's in that department, and would pretend that we were so much bigger than we were. You know, we were 3 people in a room, and we got Coca-Cola to do a whole lot of frontline management. I can remember that was like a biggie. The day we got Smorgon Steel and I got a training agreement with cash up front for 120 grand, that was a biggie. Another one, I remember you were dancing around the room. And that was massive. Just a few other things. I mean, when we moved into here, it was a biggie. We went from a little room in Milton that wasn't as big as this area here. You know, there were some tight times, but I only made the successes even bigger, really, just even bigger. And we played in a space right from the beginning that we only wanted to talk to these people up here, you know, and just pretend that we were up there. And I think that made us even hungrier, I don't know. But, yeah.
But it's worked.
It worked.
For sure. So. All right, shall we do it?
Yeah.
Are we both going to do it, guys? Or?
There's one each you can pull on.
Haley, what do you do?
One each.
One each?
One each.
And who's Kurdish?
Yeah.
It all falls down.
One, 2, 3.